Very true. You also have to be careful if you pop a ball on any of those bridges, or you're using, an ink armor, you can get knocked off pretty easily too.
Oh yeah, the knockback damage from any of those two could literally just drown you into the water.
And it looks like we will see at least one baller special coming out here today too. And right away, it seems as though kind of Divine is taking their time to spread out a little bit and get some ink coverage here, as Polar Ace is working a little bit on their positioning instead. Pokefan having to back up a bit. Lean working to kind of push forward with this mini that they have here. And getting pressured by those missiles, but still trying to take out a few members. No one has touched. Oh, now we pick up the Rainmaker. All right, so we do have someone picking up the Rainmaker now.
Yep, after almost a few full minutes, Mr. Divine is picked up, but mostly it's taking its time. Mostly it's just waiting or trying to find a whole team to push forward.
There are a couple of picks that happen on the side of Team Divine, and Polar Ace is ready to sort of make their move. They just seem to be gaining a little more turf here so they can move nice and smooth throughout this map, but nobody has picked up the Rainmaker yet. They are going to let it reset into mid. Oh no, unfortunately getting sniped. Very unfortunate thing for Polar Ace. Two of their members go down, and it seems as though they may have lost that opportunity for the push that they were going for.
Yeah, because if Polar Ace actually picked up the Rainmaker during the whole time, it's actually a perfect opportunity for them to just go straight forward. But other than that, those are just going in straight, getting a single pick with that Stingray. That'll be 2 down for either team though. That's another thing.
Nice pop on the Rainmaker coming out from Polar Ace, and Lean is just going to wait again, and it looks like this is kind of the situation we were in earlier too. They do have advantage of where they are. The missiles are going to come out too and help them, but they let the Rainmaker reset one more time. And even though they are in mid and ready to kind of take care of it, they did have an opportunity to gain some points off that right side, and they decided to kind of wait it out, but they don't have any turf on the left where the Rainmaker carrier is. So they have a lot of work that they need to do in order to kind of move that forward.
Yeah, it's an advantage but disadvantage at the same time. But mostly what everybody could remember, and what some might have forgot, there is still that great way. Because right there, Polar Ace just had a snipe that was from Zerta, but Omar was actually going for that time itself, so it was a really good chance for the Rainmaker just to go through and just get that lead right there. Because right now, Polar Ace is at 71. Wait, no, Divine is at in Polar Ace is at 96.
Divine just gained a lot of points right there by jumping that little bit of a block to the bridge, and instead of taking that bridge, they jumped over that block, and now the Rainmaker is in the area of Polar Ace. Maybe Abma is working on trying to find a way to sort of paint ahead in the hope that their Rainmaker carrier is going to be able to take this pathway. It is painted, but they have to deal with some pressure from someone quite up there. The baller is going to come out and help too, but unfortunately, no. The Rainmaker carrier was just a little too far behind to be able to take advantage of all that pre-paint.
Yeah, but you can see from Criollo coming from behind, getting the slosher and the assist, and actually Divine getting the Rainmaker, going to try to go to the same path. For that Stingray to help support, I was saying they're going to swim on through, maybe passing it all the way to 40.
And they're going way below that, I think. Oh no, you're right, 38. Great job there, pushing it all the way forward for that. Now Polar Ace just needs to kind of take an opportunity to really be ready, have everything that they need to push forward. Pokefan being the only one up, even though she does have the Stinger, decides to jump it off to reset it and make sure that she wasn't kind of overpowered from the rest of the team there.
Now with having the Rainmaker once again, they just need to hold it and then keep the win. But 35 seconds remain, so it's anyone's game. Well, mostly it's Polar Ace's chance to get the Rainmaker and get the lead.
They have a lot that they need to kind of face off before they can do that here. Julian looking like they're jumping in closer to this Rainmaker is gonna help pop that right there. I'm not sure who, if they have, maybe they have a designated Rainmaker carrier that they're sort of waiting on for them to kind of pick it up. But it seems as though they're having a little bit of a miscommunication each time with what's going on here. You know, if they had picked that up, they would have been able to push it into overtime for as long as they were able to hold on to it. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with their comms, their communication, or maybe it's their positioning, that they're not really ready to like push forward in tandem when they have opportunities to do so.
Yep. With that, it mostly cost them the whole game. But they pushed pretty far though. That's still the really good thing. They pushed 4 and they did well. But in the end,
They
it looks like,
absolutely did.
yeah, in the end, Divine gets the first point.
They do. So Divine is going to take that first Rainmaker game. And I feel as though Splat Zones at Muscle Forge Fitness might be a little bit more even footing for the both teams. You know, we know that Pokefan is very strong with that Stingray, and I'm sure we're going to see that come out again. You know, Divine played a fantastic job making sure that they were shutting things down, and they played a very nice aggressive game by pushing forward continuously, and I think that that's super strong in what they did. So I'm looking forward to see if that's something they're able to kind of repeat on this Muscle Forge Fitness map.
Definitely. And basically for Splat Zones, it's just tough for but concentrated into one zone. So mostly I wouldn't be surprised if there is 2 Cybers back in. But if a splatting would come in with bubbles, that would be really good as well. Because in this Splat Zones map, there is 2 barricades they can go to, so the bubbles can just bounce back from that and aim at the middle. But if we do see a slosher, that would be mostly excellent, honestly. Just the slosher itself is really good, just to paint over the zone, and the range of it as well is just really great.
I completely agree. I'd love to see another slosher come out here. We did see a slosher deco on the last side from Polar Ace, so I'm assuming we're going to see that again. But they might decide to change it up. Nope, we do see that slasher deco coming out from Julian, and interesting comp coming out from Divine. So a little bit more kind of close at hand midline, even though they do have that charger. So we are going to have a pretty interesting like charger v charger battle going on here for this Splat Zones.
And immediately 3 down for Polar Ace. So it looks like that's the plan to go straight in. Actually, it's working out pretty well at the start.
Divine is a very aggressive team. I completely agree with you that plan of theirs, they just wanted to kind of be as aggressive as possible at the very start of the match, and it really did work out for them here, as now Polar Ace is really doing everything they can to get back into zone, and the point has already ticked down to under 50. So it's going to be a hard challenge for Polar Ace to get this back as fast as they might want it to.
And they do in the end. But with the penalty, but mostly with Divine ending at 39, that's a huge long pace for them to go to. But when Divine gets the zone again, they need to wait 47 seconds. That would be a pain for them as well.
They really will. Pokefan just waiting it out, looking for that perfect opportunity to take that snipe, decides to rush down to get rid of those missiles out of zone and repaint with a splat bomb. You know, great idea there. But, oh, they're so close to taking this lead. Polar Ace is able to do it. They are able to take this lead right there. And Pokefan does have a Stingray at the ready. So I'm sure that she's just biding her time now. Ooh, the zone goes back to Team Divine. So that's going to be a challenge for Polar Ace to be able to take that over once again.
Yep. With Divine actually having under 30 seconds of the penalty, Pokefan is going to pull up the Stingray, trying to get a pick, but at the same time, with support the rest of Polar Ace and trying to get the zone.
This is really going to be a pretty back and forth right now. Polar Ace has the zone and they're ticking down on their penalty, but the difference in lead is not so far. So if Team Divine is able to take this over, they can kind of get this back with, 2.5 minutes left of this game. But they need to be ready for all of the specials that Polar Ace continues to be kind of pulling out very, very quickly.
Definitely. Like you did say before about being back-to-back. It's a guaranteed back-to-back because before, we actually got this both the teams get the penalty taken out, but then the penalty immediately getting straight back on in a matter of seconds. But this actually might change it with Polar Ace getting 3 down on Divine.
It's going to continue to help Polar Ace expand upon their lead in just a few seconds here as they're almost done with their penalty. But Julian pushed pretty far forward, trying to create some pressure on this right side to make sure that Team Divine is not able to break back into zone. Does have Baller, which I think is what they were waiting for right now. They are able to pop that, and they're going to go push back into zone to use that ball on zone and cover as much as possible. Very nice job there. Just need to kind of watch out for that booyah, and they do stay alive but get taken out by this charger right here.
And with mostly Divine getting the zone back, they just need to wait 25 seconds to get zone. But would it be a denial for Polar Ace? It will be a denial for Polar for them to get the zone once again.
Oh, this is going to be close here. We have less than a minute left, and Team Divine does have control of zone. They're ticking down their penalty. Oh, it was neutralized. If Polar Ace is able to kind of cap this zone, they're going to put another decent-sized penalty on Divine, making it very difficult for them to hold on to it. But Divine is able to take it. So this is really what you were talking about, back and forth. This is the definition of it right now.
Definitely. This is the definition of a ping pong. Right now, we can see Polar Ace actually trying to get zone while doing 17 seconds, 15 seconds.
Ooh, beautiful shot by Abma there, who I do think is Wambo, spelled backwards. Really, really great job there. Getting that pick, that was absolutely crucial to them kind of hanging onto the zone there. So this be it for the game. Polar Ace taking this Splat Zones on Muscle Forge Fitness game.
That'll be 1-1 if I think correctly. So, with it I think being 1-1 now, we're going to see Clamfist on Anchovy to see this tiebreaker in this play of 3.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see who's able to kind of take this over. I know that, Clamblitz recently has taken like a turn within the competitive scene that teams are now saying they really do enjoy playing Clamblitz within competitions. It's just solo queue clams everybody hates, and I don't blame them. I understand. So we'll see what these teams are able to do on Anchovy Games Clamblitz. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen now.
Yep. So I'd be making on to this last round of Swiss, last match between Divine and Polar Ace. We do see on Polar Ace a sniper, a Ketsa spot shot, Slosher Deco, and an undercover Bella. On the side of Divine, we do see a mini splatling, Kensa Dualies, which is really new, a spot scope with the Stingray once again, and we do see a Kensa spot shot. Whoa.
Very nice set that we have here. I'm really excited to see Lean with that Kensa Undercover Brella, and Julian playing that Slosher Deco, which I still think is very strong for Clams. Using that baller, decides to jump out to stay alive from that Stingray and tosses off that power clam to a teammate so that they can kind of be a little more sneaky when they're going in to pop this ball. They don't have a lot of clams that they need to gather to get their own power clam, but they just need to stay alive. They decide to pop the ball to, I guess, stay alive there. And, a little bit of a misstep in my opinion, but we'll see how Polar Ace is able to play it out.
Yeah, with that ball getting out, mostly their ball is gone as well. So right now, it looks like Divine can just pop the ball and go into basket.
Yeah, I think that Divine is just kind of taking their time. The missiles came out from the other side, and they're having to do a lot of defensive work right now. From Julian Slosher Deco that was able to push very far forward, even with that Stingray going out for the Stingray, does not get the pick they're looking for, but is able to push pretty far forward. But that was a 2-down situation on the side of Polar Ace, as well as depositing a lot of clams in the Team Divine back end right there.
Yeah. So now it looks like there is going to be 2 super clams for Divine.
This is pretty standard clams gameplay too, that we've sort of seen so far. Both teams not do anything in terms of points, and we're almost halfway through the whole game time. So, this shows how evenly the teams are matched and how much this mode can be very neutral until one team has a pretty strong push to be able to push it forward. And, Polar Ace looks like they're setting that up, but they have to be able to stay alive, and that seems to be the problem they're contending with Team Divine.
Yeah, but we see on the other hand, for Divine, they can get the clams. They can fight back. They just need to get the clams. So it's equalized, but mostly it's the opposite. Both teams.
I think we're kind of running into the same situation that we had earlier in terms of objective with Polar Ace. We saw them play that Rainmaker game, and when they had an opportunity to push that Rainmaker, they were waiting to get the picks and make sure that they had enough ink to kind of confidently swim throughout before they push forward with Rainmaker. And I think we're running into that with Clamblitz right now too, where they're able to kind of come up with a bunch of these power clams, 2 at a time, and then they're just holding back, waiting until they have map control. And I think that they need to work a little more on their aggression and being ready to push forward when they have the opportunity to do so, and the power clams at their hand.
Yeah, at this viewpoint, that is actually so real. Mostly in this kind of scenario, it claps in itself. Same with Vinegar, you just need to go for it. You can't stay back. It's
Julian,
not like
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Julian in position right there is able to allow Lean to jump in. No, gets taken out before they're able to get that other power clam in. Abma off to that side, not going to be able to get to that power clam before it despawns, even though they do get the pick that they're looking for. And that does put 80 points on the board for Polar Ace, but it also gives a pity clam to Team Divine.
Yeah. But the thing is, right now, actually, is using the pity clam actually. So another thing to know, the whole basket opening took a whole which is mostly longest, so that might have been Polar Ace's whole plan as well. Just wait till the end and then just open it and then just give them more offense for Divine not to even push up at all. So right now, if they're going with that plan, they just need to kill the person with the super crab and wait for that to spawn, and then they win.
Very true. Maybe that was what they were going for all along. We'll see if it's going to be able to work out for them. Here, it looks like one of the members of Team Divine is coming in. They are not. I think they missed the clam. They missed, and Polar Ace able to kind of use that as a distraction to rush right in and break that basket, effectively ending the game.
That was really a surprise. But that only chance with Divine missing that clam just cost it the whole game. And in the end, it looks like Polar Ace just came in from behind and got the extra clam in just to take that win.
Very, very nice job there from Polar Ace, bringing that set 2-1.